Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to a surprising bit of information that continues to flow out, unbeknownst to me, because I don't know about you, but it's not like this side quest traditionally is optional to get more currency depending on the tier. Like, you get what you get. And so for most people, we're still waiting to unlock a higher tier. But some of you, apparently due to a bug, got double your Uru when you logged in. And so that is why these summoners are already in multiple tiers above everybody else, which is awesome because you're giving us a chance to not lose feathers, especially with the boss. So this is tier 9. Shout out to those of you that put this on the forums. You have Satan's sister, Thor Jane Foster. Attacker's special attack 3 deals 50% more damage, but their other special attacks deal 50% less damage. So you Android users out there who clearly were so honored to get a Thor Jane Foster bundle this week, lucky you, you'll know her well. That's really quite easy, right? With the specialist, just don't push her to a special 3, and you're good to go. Now, my Abyss MVP, Limber, again, we know what that is. More you parry, the less he's stunned. But just bait his special ones. Don't push him to a special 2 ever. And you should be good to go. So 2 fights down, sure. But do notice, 24,000 PI, 26,000 PI, so it is jumping every time. And now another 26,000 versus Vegan Thor. Combo up every 0.2 seconds. The defender's combo meter increases by 1 if the attacker performs an intercept. This timer is paused for 5 seconds. Okay, but I really would not recommend trying to intercept Vegan Thor in general. All right, so 3 fights down. 26,250 PI to 25,110 for Hulk Ragnarok. We know this well, though the heal reversal can be a bit tricky. Every 12 seconds, the defender gains a regeneration buff, restoring 10% of their max health over 5 seconds. But both champions' regeneration abilities are reversed. So, in this way, you want him to regen, right? So if the attacker is far away from the defender when this triggers, the attacker gains regen instead. You don't want to gain regen, so you want to stay as close to him as possible and hopefully watch his health go down very fast. And then, lastly, the boss for Tier 9. We have a bonus fight that's trying to keep things low-key. The defender deals 50% additional damage and has 10% lifesteal as long as the attacker is under a beneficial effect. Bane of Damballa. Again, not a big deal at all. But then we get to Odin. We've got that same buffed up 3 buffs applied to them, stacked buffs node, just like Tier 8. So you want to bring in a Hyperion, a Medusa, Magneto. I guess either one, but Red Mags, more. Strength in numbers for each member of the attacker's team that is knocked out. The attacker suffers a 12.5% attack and ability accuracy reduction. This is, of course, important to not lose anybody on your team before you get to him. And power draw whenever the attacker inflicts the defender with a damaging debuff, the attacker is granted a power gain buff, increasing defensive combat power rate by 10% for 10 seconds. So, the thing about this video is you kind of want to keep it bookmarked or around because we're not yet to Tier 8, right? So, Tier 9 is a couple of days away, maybe closer to a week. I don't know, I haven't done the math. But it's going to be important to remember that basically it's Tier 8 on steroids. But if you don't bring up a champion that has at least 3 buffs applied to them, you're literally not going to be able to do any damage against this boss, and you're going to have to force quit. You won't even be able to use revives or units or whatever. It's not going to matter because the node is going to prevent you from doing damage. And that is why we earlier on the channel made a Tier 8 video, because you really, really, really want to know that that's coming before you bring in your roster. And yes, these fights aren't going anywhere, so it's totally worth waiting to jump in until maybe that attacker or that defender that is best for you is freed up from Alliance Quest or Alliance War. So there you have it, YouTube. Thanks again. Special shout out to Mr. Chill God for passing on this information from an Alliance mate. And congrats to everybody who got the accidental double side quest currency. You all are really the heroes who don't have to wear capes unless you wear capes. In that case, it's pretty cool too, because you're giving us the information, the data, if you will.